Hello students, welcome back. And today we will discuss about one of the important concept from the chapter Organisms and Populations, that is response to the abiotic factors. Okay, that we study today in today's class. And students, till now we completed the abiotic factors. Okay, and usually in abiotic factors, basically we'll find four type of abiotic factors, very common abiotic factors. We can see here: temperature, water, light, and soil. And already we studied about all these four. Okay, what is the effect of these four abiotic factors on the organisms? Okay, that already we studied. How the temperature will affect, how the water will affect, and light, and then soil, and their importance in the environment, or their importance in the life of organisms. Okay, that also we studied. Okay, temperature, this is temperature. And along with here that and usually in this temperature you have to remember the eurythermal and stenothermal. Okay, the organisms those tolerate a wide range of temperature, those are eurythermal, and the organisms those tolerate a narrow range of temperature, those are stenothermal. Okay, please remember these two definitions. And next, here coming to water is also very important abiotic factor in the living organisms, because the first life is originated in water only. So water is a very important aspect, okay, very important abiotic factor what you found in the environment. And here in this we'll mainly concentrate on uh, urehaline and stenohaline condition. Urehaline means the organisms those tolerate wide range of salinity, and stenohaline means the organisms those can tolerate a narrow range of salinity. Okay, please remember narrow range and broad range. Okay, wide range or broad range, this is important because definitions they will ask the question. Okay, please remember that. And next here, that is light. Okay, which is basic energy source. Okay, this mainly we are getting from the sunlight. Okay, sun we are getting this light, and for the production of food in case of plants it's very important. And in organisms also, in animals also, it is very important for in their life. Okay, and next, yes, that is soil is also very important. So many life we can find in soil. Okay, the composition of the soil and pH of the soil and the mineral composition, topography of the soil is very important. Okay, very important. Based on that we can find the habitat of the organisms. Okay, for that purpose also soil is a very important abiotic factor. And students, now we are going to be study about responses to abiotic factors, the organisms how they are responding to the abiotic factors. That is also very important. Okay, and in the last year we studied that enzymes. Okay, enzymes, the factors affecting enzymes, because internal environment is very important. Okay, whatever the environment present around us, but the internal environment is very important for us, for a normal physiological functions of our body. For example, activity of the enzyme is also very important. Activity of the enzymes is mainly based on the temperature. If the optimum temperature is there, they can work properly. If the temperature is more, they are not able to do their proper work. Okay, for that purpose, internal body environment, okay, that is also very important. And so many organisms those are maintaining their internal body uh, temperature or any other concept. Okay, and such organisms we call it as a homostatic organisms or homostasis. Homo, not homostatic, homostasis. Okay, homostasis, they are maintaining the internal environmental conditions. Here they given organisms within a constant internal environment despite varying external environmental conditions, because the climate is not same. Okay, it can changes. Okay, uh, it can vary according to the time. It can vary according to the time. So the maintenance of internal environment is very important. Okay, that term we call it as a homeostasis. That term we call it as a homeostasis. Okay, and that is very important. And in uh, in few organisms, okay, we can find the such adaptation. Okay, such adaptation we find. For example, you can take mammals. Okay, mammals and birds you can take. They can maintain their internal body temperature. They can maintain their internal body temperature. Not only temperature, internal body environment. Internal environment they are going to be maintained with that of the changing environment. Okay, that of the changing environment, that is very important. Okay, so for example, you can take a human. You can take a human. During summer, what will happen? Our body is going to be sweat continuously. Okay, because human body can work properly, or our standard temperature range is 37 degree Celsius. Okay, it is standard temperature in our body, 37 degrees Celsius. If the temperature is more than this, if there is increase in temperature more than 37 degrees Celsius, what will happen? We start sweating. Here they given the diagram. We start sweating. Okay, what will happen if we start to sweat? Our body becomes start to cool. Okay, it will give cooling effect. Our body becomes cool and the temperature comes to optimum, that is around 37 degrees Celsius. Okay, and during winter season what will happen? We are going to be swear, because swearing will start, because below 37 degrees Celsius what will happen? Our body try to increase our body temperature, increase the temperature. So what will happen during the that winter? Okay, what will happen? Our body temperature is very less. Okay, so at that time we start shivering. Okay, shivering will give the increase in the temperature. It will start to increase the body temperature. Okay, it's somewhat like exercise. During exercise what will happen? Shivering will start. Okay, it means they start to increase the body temperature. Okay, that is the concept. Okay, this is about the thing. And here these all things are possible. Okay, these all things are possible by the following process. One is regulate, second one is conform, third one is migrate, fourth one suspend. Okay, these are important. We'll study one by one. Okay, and very simple concepts are there, you just remember those. And here the first one, that is regulate. Here, as the name itself indicate, they are going to be regulated their internal environment. Okay, they are regulate their body. Okay, either it is a temperature or either it is a any other saline condition or whatever. Okay, so such condition, that is regulator. The organisms those regulate their body temperature or body concentration. Okay, they are going to regulate their body temperature. Okay, to maintain their internal environment. Okay, such organisms we call it as a uh, regulators. Those can regulate. Okay, so these are, we call it as a regulators. And here the first point, this is the maintenance of homeostasis. Okay, homeostasis means maintenance of internal environment by physiological and behavioral means. Both by physiological as well as by behavioral means, they try to maintain, their internal environment. They try to they try to maintain their internal environment. Okay, and second here, it ensures constant body temperature. Okay, thermoregulation, constant osmotic concentration, that is osmoregulation. Okay, they try to maintain our internal temperature, body temperature, according to the uh, outer temperature. Okay, uh, they are going to be regulate. Okay, during summer, what will happen? Sweating will occur. That will give the cooling effect. That also we know. And during winter season, what will happen? We start the temperature is very less, so that our body start shivering. Okay, what will happen at that time? Automatically, the body temperature goes on increasing. Okay, and this homeostasis is very common in case of birds and mammals. In case of birds and mammals, this very common. They can regulate their body temperature. That is regulators. You can take the regulators are the example for birds and mammals, all birds and mammals. Okay, and very few lower vertebrates and invertebrates. So some of the vertebrates and some lower vertebrates and invertebrates also, they can regulate their body uh, environment or body temperature. They are able to regulate. Okay, and but majority birds and mammals, all the birds and all the mammals, they have such capacity, and these we call it as a regulators. These we call it as a regulators. And here next, thermoregulation in case of mammals. Okay, the success of mammals is mainly due to their ability to maintain a constant body temperature. They are able to maintain the constant body temperature, so we are very successful. So we are very successful, and we are able to live in all the conditions, all the environments. We are able to live in Himalaya Everest, and we are able to live in Sahara Desert, because our body is going to be uh, maintain such condition. Okay, our body is going to maintain such a condition. That is very important. And here next, in summer, when outside temperature is more than body temperature, that is around 37 degrees Celsius, we sweat profusely. It means we start sweating. Okay, when sweating will start, what will happen? Our body becomes cool, and then the temperature automatically decreases. This is the thing, and this result in evaporative cooling and brings down body temperature. It brings the body temperature to normal level. Okay, and the next year, in winter, when the temperature is below 37 degrees Celsius, if the temperature is below 37 degrees Celsius, we start shivering, or shivering occurs. It produces heat, and rises the body temperature, and it will produce automatically. Shivering will produce the heat, and automatically the body temperature is going to be increase. Body temperature is going to be increase. Okay, next here, next type we can see here. Okay, another important thing in case of these regulators, we can see here, the thermoregulation is energetically expensive, especially for small animals, especially for small animals. Okay, they given the example stew and hummingbirds. They are very small. They are very small, and they have larger surface area relative to their volume. If we compare their body volume, the surface area is large. Okay, surface area is large. So what will happen? They will lose their heat. Okay, they will lose their body heat. Okay, very fastly and very quickly they are going to lose their body weight, body temperature, and when it is cold outside. Okay, here you can see here, when the environment is cold, I'm talking about the small animals. When the environment is cold, automatically, if they're mammals, if they're birds, they start to increase their body temperature. They have to increase their body temperature. So in case of cirrus, what happens? As compared to their body volume, the surface volume is very large. So they can lose their heat very easily. Let's say, for example, you are drinking a tea in a cup. When the tea is in cup, the temperature will not lose very easily. Okay, it's going to be cool for a longer time. It takes a lot of longer time to cool. Okay, if you have tea in a cup, but when the that tea is present in a plate, okay, in a big plate, we can take in big plate that tea, just put that tea into that big plate, what will happen? The surface area increases, so the tea becomes cool in a quick time. Okay, in very fast time that tea becomes cool, because the increase in the surface area. Okay, but the tea will not cool very early when it is present in cup. Okay, when it is present in a cup, so the heat will not lose very quickly. Okay, it will not become cool very quickly, but when you will add it into a plate, what will happen? It automatically within a few minutes it's going to be cool, because surface area is going to be increased over there. Okay, here in case of cereals also same thing we can see here. Their surface area is very large and the body volume is less, so the temperature will lose from the body, so they have to spend more energy to again just produce the heat in their body. They will produce generate, they will use, they should expend, they should expend, okay, much energy to generate body heat. Okay, therefore very small animals are rare in polar regions. So these animals are very rare in polar regions, because if you move from temperate region towards the polar region, the temperature is goes on decreasing. Okay, it is around 0 degree Celsius, minus 10 degree to minus 15 degree Celsius. Okay, minus 15 to minus 10 or 0 degree Celsius we can expect over there. So these small animals will not present to such in such areas, because the climate is cold, but they are losing the lot of heat from their body, so it is not possible to stay or survive in that regions, in polar regions. Okay, that is the thing. And next here, next to regulator, we can see here the conform. We can see here the conform. And what happens in conformers? What happens in conformers? 99% of all the animals are conformers here. Okay, only aves and mammals, they are regulators, but 99% all of the animals are these animals, the birds, aves and mammals are only the regulators, but 99% of all the animals or the organisms, they are all conformers, even including plants also, they are all conformers. They can't regulate their body temperature. Okay, their body temperature or osmotic concentration changes with the surrounding condition. This is very important. If the temperature in the if the temperature outside the body it is increasing, when it is start increasing, automatically the body internal temperature also goes on increasing. If the temperature of the surrounding goes on decreasing, automatically the body temperature also goes on decreasing. It will not regulate. There is no regulation. But in case of mammals and birds, they can regulate. If the temperature of the environment goes on increasing, but the body temperature try to maintain to a optimum. Okay, but that is not present in case of conformers. If the environmental temperature increases, automatically the body temperature also goes on increasing. Okay, it is also automatically goes on increasing. That is the thing. And here next, in aquatic animals, osmotic concentration of body fluids changes with that of the ambient osmotic concentration. In case of aquatic, what happens? The osmotic concentration of a body fluid changes with that of the ambient osmotic concentration. Okay, in case of aquatic animals we are talking, if there is an increase in the concentration of saline salt, they automatically the body's salt rate concentration also goes on increasing. Like that, there is a variation we can observe in case of aquatic animals. And students, one graph given here in your NCERT textbook also, there is a graph here, internal level and then external level, internal and external. Here they divide into three types. One is conformers, regulators, and then partial regulators. If you think of the line here, the conformers, say for example internal level, okay, if external level increases, the internal also increases, again in the external, internal, external increases, internal increases, okay, like that. There is a increase line you can see here, okay, it goes on increasing, there is no fluctuation, there is nothing. If the temperature increases, external temperature, internal temperature also goes on increasing, okay. Such things we can find in case of conformers. And if you observe the regulators, if you observe the regulators, it is constant here, it is a straight line we can find here. uh, they can maintain their internal level, they will not maintain their external level, they will maintain their internal level, either increase or either decrease, they are going to be maintain that, okay. And then uh, partial regulators, in case of partial regulator, what happens, in up to a certain extent, up to a certain extent they are conformers, up to a certain extent they are conformers. If there is increase in the temperature, the body it is on temperature also goes on increasing. If any other conditions also increases along with that, the body temperature, whatever the things are that they are going to be increase up to what, up to a certain level, okay. If they are, if they if after that level if they are not able to survive, means they act as a regulators, okay, they act as a regulator. So we can see here graph is straight, okay. When they reaches to a certain level, again they come to a regulator like condition, okay. This is the graph, okay. This is a simple graph they given here, very simple graph, just see this, okay. And moving to the next slide here, that is migrate, okay, that is about the conformers, and this is the migrate, we can see here migrate. And sorry, okay, migrate, we can see here many animals like birds, usually birds and fishes, we can see they can move from one place to another place for the temporarily, from stressful habitat to a more hospitable area, okay. For example, if it is summer season, they can travel from one place to another place. If there is a winter season, they can travel from one place to another place, from one area to another area, which one is comfortable for that, which one is comfortable for them, they are mainly traveling from that area to that particular area, okay. And they will return back, okay, when stressful period is over, they will return back when the normal condition arises. At that time they will come back, okay. That's the thing. Example they given here, that is Kiolado National Park, which is present in Bharatpur, and that is in Rajasthan, okay. Here this, in case of Kiolado, where they are mainly coming from, they are mainly coming from Siberia, okay, and other extremely cold northern regions, okay. In case of Siberia, there is a very cold climatic condition, and but these birds, during that condition, these birds can migrate from that place to this national park, that is Kiolado National Park. It is they are migrating from that Siberia towards the Kiolado National Park, which is located in Rajasthan. Okay, they are migrating from that place to that place because that condition is very harsh in Siberia. Okay, in Siberia, what happens? The temperature is very less, so they can't tolerate that low temperature, so they can migrate from that area towards the Rajasthan desert. Okay, that's the thing. And next year, that is suspend, okay. The next one is suspend. And students, in case of migrates, not only birds, okay, so many fishes they can migrate, okay, so many fishes they can migrate, so many other animals they are also from migrating from one place to another places. Okay, that is important, please remember. And next here, that is suspend. Okay, the last one, that is suspend. uh, Bacteria, fungi and lower plants. Okay students, already studied about the spores in your lower classes. In first PUC you studied about spores, and you study about camels. Okay, and then dormancy of a seed. Okay, these all things you studied in first year. Okay, in first year you studied all these things, and here some little points from that area. That is, here in bacteria, fungi, in case of bacteria, in case of fungi, and in case of lower plants. Okay, there is a thick walled spores help to survive during unfavorable conditions. Under suitable conditions they germinate. Okay, what will happen? For example, you can take bacteria, you can take fungi, you can take lower plants. What will happen? Around their body they will develop one, that hard cell or thick cell wall they are going to be developed. And these thick walled spores, okay, these layers, what will happen? These will formed because of the unfavorable conditions. If there is unfavorable conditions, they are unable to grow. So there is a development of such things around that particular organism. In case of fungi also the same thing, in case of lower plants also the same thing. Okay, and these can survive for a longer period. And what will happen when there is a certain suitable environment will arise? At that time they are able to grow, or they are able to germinate. Okay, and next here, in higher plants, seeds and some vegetative reproductive structures, okay, serve to tide over periods of stress by reducing their metabolic activity. Okay, what will happen? In case of higher plants, the seeds will undergo dormancy. Okay, it means uh, some vegetative reproductive structures. Okay, that seeds have some seeds and some vegetative reproductive structures. What will happen? Serve to tide or periods of stress by reducing their metabolic activities. Their metabolic activities are going to be reduced because of unfavorable condition. They will not do their activity. They are metabolically inactive. Okay, they are metabolically inactive, and they germinate under favorable moisture and temperature. It means they will start germinating during favorable conditions. If there is unfavorable condition, they will not germinate, and if there is a favorable conditions arise, at that time they start to germinate. Okay, in case of fungi, in case of bacteria, in case of plants, you can take so many organisms. Okay, they are adapted for such environment. Okay, and next here, next slide. Okay, here uh, in some animals they given here. Okay, for suspenders, some animals they given here. We can take here the hibernation. Okay, hibernation, estivation. Already in first PUC you studied about hibernation and estivation. Hibernation is a winter sleep. Estivation is a summer sleep. In estivation, yes will come, so it is a summer sleep. In a easy way you can remember, in estivation yes word is there, so it is a summer sleep. In hibernation there is a no s, so it is a winter sleep. Okay, it is a winter sleep. You can see some of the animals, for example bears. These bears during winter they will undergo hibernation. Okay, these bears will undergo hibernation when there is a winter season. And some of the animals, some of the phytoplanktons and some of the fishes, some snails and some fishes, they will undergo estivation. It means summer sleep. They will undergo summer sleep. Okay, just to escape from that. And next here, that is uh, diapause. That is the stage of suspended development, okay, of many zooplanktons in lake. Okay, and this diapause, what will happen here, it's a stage of suspended development. Okay, during suspended time there is a development, okay, of many zooplankton in lakes of ponds. You can see in case of zooplanktons this diapause. Okay, this is the things about all these responses of response of abiotic factors. Okay, how the organisms are responding to the abiotic factors. Okay, this is the thing, students, and I hope you all of you understood, and these are very important, and please remember. Okay, four mainly we studied here: response to abiotic factor. One is regulator, second one conform, third one migrate, and the fourth one, that is suspend. Okay, please remember, and 1 marks questions can arise from this area. For 1 marks questions we can expect from this area, so please remember all these things. Okay, and in the next video lecture, okay, in the next video lecture we'll begin with the next thing, that is adaptations and everything we'll study in the later classes. And I think so, students, all of you understood about all these concept. Okay, and if you have any doubt, you can ask the question. Okay, uh, this is about the today's class. Okay, and in the next class we'll begin with another new concept. Okay, until then, take care and bye.